NFL London has its first casualty of the season. Robert Saleh found himself going to work on Tuesday and fired. It's a massive shock considering they're only 2-3, but it's not in shock because the Jets are going to jet, as many people have said yesterday. Right, Peter? Yeah. That is true. The Jets are going to jet, but they've jetted very quickly this time around.
Yeah, very, very, very quickly. Which is kind of like it's unbelievable, and it's a surprising shock because it's not like they're 0-5 considering their record. Normally, when you're 2-3, teams that are 2-3 always thinks, okay, we can turn our season around. We can start putting some wins together, and very quickly you are 5-3 or maybe 4-3 for consecutive wins, and you have a shot at the playoffs. So I don't understand where this is coming from. And my opinion is that this is from Aaron Rodgers. He's got into the owner's ear, spoken to him, and they got rid of Robert Saleh.
Do you know what? I love how Woody Johnson even put something out saying Rodgers had nothing to do with this, but Rodgers had a meeting with Woody Johnson on Friday.
And Tuesday, Saleh gets fired?
Yeah. Read between the tea leaves, boys. Read between the tea leaves.
Like, it had absolutely everything to do with... And the funny thing is that the Jets' current team is not even the defense that's the issue right now. It's the offense that Rodgers himself is quarterbacking that's the problem. It's not even...
Let's get to the game itself, because we're going to... So this is a segment to talk about both the game and the firing. And I was there. I was there in person. I watched Aaron Rodgers throw 3 interceptions, all of which were his fault. And the first one, the damning one I think it was the first one with Van Ginkel. That was that was a combination of him and Hackett being too predictable. You could predict that they weren't throwing anything beyond like 3 or 4 yards. They were trying to, and so Van Ginkel just, instead of, they showed a cover 0 blitz, and then they dropped. And Van Ginkel knew that he was going to, knew that all Rodgers is going to do is try and short over the middle. So what did Van Ginkel do? Just sat in that lane to the house. And
absolutely.
Then the INT, which was a long pass, was one of the worst INTs I've seen in person. And I've seen Jameis throw 5 in person.
Yeah.
In one game. But, and then the last one, when you consider it, the defense kept the team in the game, right? Because they completely stifled this very well-run Vikings offense. And then they go down the field with the ball, and then Stephon Gilmore picks off Aaron Rodgers, and that's the game done. Now, this offense was, what we know about this team is Hackett was brought in probably against Saleh's kind of, he wasn't a Saleh pick, right?
Yeah.
So to bring him in, and then there are also other rumors that apparently Hackett was going to be demoted, fired, got rid of by Saleh, and the owner beat him to the punch. Beat Saleh to the punch and fired Saleh instead. It's pretty damning as the Jets organization, considering how it went down as well, because they escorted him out of the building. They didn't let him see the team, anything. They just said, "You're gone." And they treated him like you would treat somebody who's going to work for a competitor, right? That's what you normally do when you get either when you're a CEO and you get fired, or you're a director who can go to like a higher level up who can go to a competitor. You get a security to allow you to pick your things up, and then you're out of the building and you get escorted off site. I've seen it happen. I know it's happened. So that's how things work in industry, but it's not how things work when you're coaching people.
No, I mean, this is essentially a people business, and it's terrible how they treated Robert Saleh. It shouldn't have come to that. When you look at it, it's one of those ones whereby you're treating him with not enough respect, at least giving the respect and decency for him to say goodbye to the guys, because their fallout is that the defensive players are absolutely pissed because they don't understand why this has happened, because on that side of the ball, they love Robert Saleh. He's given them a great defense. Now, for a number, like you were saying earlier, Sam Darnold has been red hot this season until he meets a Jets defense. And Robert Saleh is now going to go through, fall into the obsesses of...
So in this game, Sam Darnold was uncharacteristically inaccurate, right? So the pick that he threw, I saw a breakdown of it, a really good breakdown, and it was cover 4 for the Jets defense, right? And a way to beat a cover 4 is having a vertical route, and behind it you have a dagger, right? Mm-hmm. So then they can enter that same zone. And he sailed the ball on his INT. The look was there. It was an aggressive throw, and it was 3rd and long, but the throw, it wasn't... There's a difference. There's a very big difference between making bad decisions and bad throws. If you're making a good decision, then bad throws will happen sometimes. They're not going to be perfect, correct?
Yeah.
So if the decision process is sound, you're in a good place. The decision process for Rodgers on that INT kind of semi-deep over the middle, I don't understand where he was throwing the ball.
He was trying to have an invincible moment. And
it's absolutely jarring.
It's just crazy. And the thing is, see, the biggest thing for me is not even this Sunday, was the Sunday previously, which was for me a correlation of the offense, which is like when you have a team and the head coach who's primarily big part of the defense, or I know they have a defensive coordinator, but Robert Saleh kind of like is on the defensive side of the ball, hosts a team. I think, was it the week before they played? Before they played, hold the Broncos to 10 points and you can't win the game. Then he should be the least of your concerns.
Even if it's raining. And it did rain in this game as well. And you could see that in this game, second half, you could see that they were getting a bit inaccurate with their throws, because it seemed like the ball was a little bit wet. But then when I walked outside after the game, I was like, actually, it looks a lot worse under the lights. But it's not actually. It's like this little miserly rain. It wasn't that hard. But the main thing is, for that Jets offense, it's highly imbalanced. Can't run the ball. Just absolutely cannot run the ball whatsoever, right? Breece Hall, 9 for 23. Braylon Allen, 5 for 13. They could not shift that. And a great breakdown by Brian Baldinger, showing about how they cover the gaps on inside runs. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, when you look at both teams, both defenses are very good. They're good defenses. So stopping the run, both teams are excellent at doing that. Because equally, the Vikings...
A big one in this game, actually. Aaron Jones got injured with his hip. And that changed the run game completely. Because Aaron Jones was 7 for 29. So that's 4 yards a clip. That's a good clip, right?
Yeah,
and then Ty Chandler came in and he goes at 2 yards a carry.
3 yards a carry. But the difference is this: look at the Vikings, right? Sometimes the run game, people think even if it's not running, sometimes to get the offense going is the
They carried on,
what do you
right?
call it?
You got to do it, right?
The intent, yeah. You have to show the intent that you want to run the football, and it will still open up things to the pass game because even if they are stopping it, they're still gonna commit guys in the box that might leave gaps open at certain moments in the game. Because the Vikings carried the ball 14 times plus the other carries by Aaron Jones before he got injured, so they ran the ball effectively. So they continue to try to run the football regardless of it not working. Sometimes I think when I was watching one of the NFL games, one of the broadcasts that the analyst was saying was, especially Mark Schlereth, he's a run guy. He says the top offense, when you look at them, even if the run game is not running, they will carry on with the attempts because that will open up the defense at some point in the game, and you seize that moment to score your touchdowns to keep the drives going at that point. So, I mean, for me, in conclusion, terrible mistake. The Jets are gonna jet, as we said. Robert Saleh is gonna be a hot name. If he doesn't get head coaching job opportunity immediately, he's definitely gonna get a DC job. I mean, he is on the same level as
I would
Brian
love.
Flores.
So, Colts fans piped up with the eyes emojis because we've got Gus Bradley.
I mean,
It's not working out.
Is there any connection though?
Come. Yeah, there is a connection between. There's a lot of respect between those two, so they doubt anything would happen.
No. What I mean is in terms
Is
of
there a
coaching
connection?
tree
No.
connections.
Don't know. Don't think so. I'm not going to say yes or no, but in all jokes, Robert Saleh, come on, we need you.
Because what I could see happening next season, I mean, I know the Colts want him, a lot of teams want him, is that the 49ers defense are not doing so good under
Apparently they want to bring it, like the jokes that they would bring him in as a consultant to try and
then next year he takes over
defense.
the DC job.
But no, he wouldn't take it. I don't think he would because they've already got a DC, right?
He's not that great.
Yeah, but it's more of spot fixing, right? No, not spot fixing as in the not in terms of the gambling thing, but like spot fixing, like finding the errors.
I think Brian Flores did something similar when he was let go by the Dolphins. He went to one of the teams as DC defensive consultant and ultimately got hired by the Vikings to be their DC going forward. So I think it'll be something like that. He might go back to the Niners to consult, and then next year somebody will probably definitely hire him as a DC. But if I'm an NFL owner out there and my team don't look too good, I wouldn't mind appointing Saleh to be my head coach in the next cycle because he is a very good head coach. And just let him run the show. Don't I hate it when head coaches are steamrolled to accept certain people on their staff when they don't want it.
Yeah, exactly. Robert Saleh, good luck in the future. And the Jets are going to jet.